How to troubleshoot a liftgate that does not shut all the way in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, coming right up. Hey guys, so I'm recording this video to show you guys what is going on with this 2021 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. The issue that I'm having is that the liftgate is not shutting all the way. You can see right here there is a gap right there, and if I wiggle this, I can see that it's not, secured, right? And you can see the interior lighting right there. When I do that, it's going on and off. So it's definitely not secured. It's also not safe to drive this. You're gonna get exhaust gases going into the cabin, which is not good. So I'm gonna use this video as an experiment to troubleshoot the issue. I don't know what the solution is gonna be yet. I'm just gonna walk through all of the things that I'm gonna do, and hopefully we'll find a solution. I'll start off by saying that I've already checked this latch right here. Make sure that there's nothing blocking it. There's no foreign objects in there. Check the lubrication, etc. So I don't think this is the problem. I also checked this right here, make sure that there was nothing stuck in there or getting in the way. Okay. The other thing is there's rubber bumps right here. Okay, there's one on each side of this liftgate. I make sure that these things are not protruding too much. Okay, so because this is basically screws on there, if you do it counterclockwise, this thing kind of comes out like that, and this helps to adjust how far you want the liftgate to go down by, and this hits this right here. Okay, so by factory I think they're just all the way in like that. Okay, and that's how I checked it, make sure that it's still like that on both sides. All right, so those are the things that I've checked so far. Another thing that I have noticed is that if I go into the car, okay, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, you do have this button, as you guys know, which basically closes the liftgate, opens it and closes it. When you want to close it, you just hold this button down all the way. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it down. You're gonna see the liftgate, coming down right there. Okay, all right, you can see now there's really no gap, right? So it's closed all the way. It doesn't wiggle around when I press on it. Okay, so that's one way to get it to close down, but I don't want to do that. That's like doing it manually. All right, I want it to close automatically. So let me open it one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead and close it. And you'll notice here that the gate did close all the way. So I did notice that was like a temporary fix, but it doesn't stay there permanently. Okay, after a couple more times, like if I open and close it, it'll start having the same problem again. So it's definitely not a permanent fix. I did check the car manual and notice this note right here on liftgate initialization. It says right here, automatic operation of the liftgate must be initialized again in case of faulty liftgate operation, and it says proceed as follows. It has 3 steps that we need to follow right here. Let me get that in focus. Step 1 says to close all the doors and the liftgate. Step 2 says to push the lock button on the key fob, and step 3 is to push the unlock button on the key fob. So pretty straightforward. Let's give that a try and see what happens. So all the doors are closed. I also manually closed this liftgate. I'm gonna go ahead and lock the doors. Okay. Then we're going to unlock the doors. Now let's go ahead and open the liftgate. I'm going to press this button twice right here. Now let's go ahead and do that again to close it. And unfortunately that did not fix it. You can see right here there's still a gap. It's not shutting it all the way. So I'm inside the car now. I got the engine running, and I want to go ahead and go inside of here, the settings, and check a couple of things. So in the infotainment system, I'm gonna go to the settings part, and then we're gonna look for this right here that says locks and doors, or doors and locks. I'm gonna hit that, and what I want to do here, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna say restore doors and lock settings. All right, I'm gonna hit that, and then I'm gonna hit OK. All right, the settings have been restored. I'm gonna hit OK. I don't really know if this is gonna fix anything. It looks like it's just gonna reset the settings right here. but it's worth a shot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and retry opening and shutting the liftgate and see what happens. All right, so the liftgate shut again, and it looks like that didn't do anything. We can see here that it's still not shutting all the way. I did want to mention that I've already checked the spacing here on each side, so I don't think that the liftgate is misaligned. Sometimes you'll have a wider gap on one side versus the other. This one is pretty much the same on both sides, so I don't think there's an alignment issue there. The next thing that I want to try to do, guys, is to disconnect the battery and see if that resets things. I'm not hopeful, but it's worth a shot as well. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that if you disconnect the battery and you accidentally shut the liftgate, you will not be able to unlock it or open it automatically, obviously, because you have no power. If that happens, then you're gonna have to fold down your rear seats, and then you're gonna have access to this right here. Basically, there's normally this plastic piece right there. You're gonna take that off, and inside of there you have this release. This is a lock release for your liftgate, and once you release the lock, then you can push it open. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery now. First, we need to move this load floor out of the way. So I'm gonna lift this up. You can either take this all the way out, or you can remove this right here, and then just hook this right here, and that'll hold it in place. Okay, and right there is your battery's negative post. This is pretty easy to disconnect. It has a quick disconnect. You can see right there at the end there is a gray tab. You're gonna press that and then pull it at the same time. All right, so I pressed on that. I'm gonna pull it up, and there it is. I just moved it out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna give it about a minute and then reconnect it and go from there. All right, so it's been about a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and reconnect this now. All right, you just basically push that in. Make sure that when you push it in all the way, and then make sure that it's secure. Try to pull it out and make sure that it's secure in there. You don't want anything loose. All right, so I put that cover back on, and I am noticing that when I try to close the liftgate now, it's not closing. Okay, same thing with the using the remote, it doesn't work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to shut it manually. It looks like it's thinking that it's already shut, so let me go ahead and bring this down manually, and then I'm going to shut it. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to open it. All right, let's go ahead and shut it again. And this is the moment of truth. We're going to see if that works. And unfortunately, no. It's the same deal. It's not shutting all the way. The next thing that I plan to do is to run a scanner through the computer to see if there's anything coming up. I don't have any lights on the dash that are indicating any faults. But as a precaution, I'm going to go ahead and run it. If you have a scanner, that's great. If you don't have one, obviously you're going to have to either take it to a dealer or talk to a friend that has one. So I haven't talked about the obvious thing here, guys, which is the struts, and I've done that on purpose. I want to leave that for last. My initial intuition was that this struts right here would be bad. Okay, this is a 2021 vehicle. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and it's now 2025, so there's a very good chance that these struts are at their end of life, so they may need to be replaced. From what I read in forums is that this is not a straightforward process, but it's probably going to be the only solution in my case. I'm going to end up making a separate video for that, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the solution to this issue that I'm having. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be uploading that as soon as I get a chance. I would love to know if you guys have had this issue before with the liftgate not shutting all the way, and what was the solution for that. It'll help everybody out, myself included. So comment below and let us know what was your solution. One thing that I did notice, guys, after I disconnected and reconnected the battery, is that I'm no longer able to use the button that's inside here in the door to open and close the liftgate. Okay, so if I pull on that, nothing happens. If I push down, nothing happens as well. So we may need to do the reinitialize procedure that I explained earlier in the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, close all the doors, and shut this one manually. And basically we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna lock the car, then I'm gonna unlock it, Now let's go back in there and let's try it again. So I had to cut that part short, guys, because the button was still not working. So what I ended up doing is this. I came out here and I basically pushed the liftgate all the way up, okay, as far as it will go, and then I went ahead and closed it right here, you know, press this button to close it, and then I went back over there and to test it again. So let me show you guys. I'll wait for the liftgate to close, okay, and then I went back over here, you know, press the button up, and that's working again. So that's a reset procedure in case that happens to you guys. There's one more thing that I want to show you guys. When you start the car up again, I'm going to turn it on. You may see a bunch of flashing lights, you know, to check different systems, like you're seeing right there. Okay, that's normal. You're just going to need to drive the car around, and that should reset everything. All right. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that, guys. Don't forget to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and yes, stay tuned for the future video on the fix, the final fix for this. I'm gonna go ahead and order these struts and replace them, and hopefully that's gonna be the solution to this problem.